Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 versus 1 on Fata Morga. Playing on the northern side as the Renegade Guard, we've got cklempay. Playing on the southern side as the Dark Angels, we've got Odourless. Odourless will be opening with triple scouts, a cloister barracks, and a plasma dynamo. Whereas cklempay has gone for the Vraxian tech path, it's also gone for a couple of revolutionary volunteers, a heavy tech, as well as a Vraxian recruitment centre, and a plasma generator. So this is very exciting, as this is the first time I've seen the non-anime variant of the Renegade Guard, so these guys will be very exciting to see how they go about the wicked and foul business. Much like a regular Imperial Guard faction, they've got the usual standard troops. They've got the capping units in the form of the revolutionary volunteers, able to get themselves missile launchers in tier 2. Not much flexibility with their builds. Also can get a Renegade Magister Officiorum, which acts kind of like the... oh, what's he called? The company commander for the regular Imperial Guard. He's got a little bit less options, but we'll talk about him when he comes out. Now for the Dark Angels, they've had a bit of a nerf to the scouts. I mean, they're still quite strong, but they might not be as reliable as we've seen them in the past, so that's why we've seen some Space Marine squads out, which is what you don't normally see in previous iterations. They're going to be out capturing the bits and bobs, the nearest and dearest, if you will, as the battle gets underway. Here is Renegade Magister Officiorum. He's able to get Blackguard, Bodyguard in tier 1. That's the only thing he can get, but as the tiers go on, he's able to get more advanced dudes in his ranks. Starts off a little bit weaker, but as the game goes on, becomes increasingly powerful. The boys and girls he is able to bring to bear to the battlefield. One other major thing that the Renegade Guard can do is that they can dedicate themselves to one particular kind of Chaos God. So the regular 4 or Chaos Undivided, which all provide relevant buffs. Say, for example, Khorne gets you good at in close combat. Slanesh gets you good at speed, all that stuff. I mean, not going faster, not doing speed, you know what I mean? I assume that would also be quite appropriate, but hey-ho. Here come the Scout Marines, and they are being bothered by the listing post as well as the Revolutionary Volunteers. These guys can jump inside the listing post as a Guardsman faction and fire at people. We'll see these people down here, causing some issues. We'll see the Space Marines. A lovely teal blue, I do have to say. Rocking on forward, and we'll attempt to keep these guys away. Also got some scouts coming on from the southern side. And the volunteers... oh no, you are Vraxian militia guards, so you are just like regular guardsmen, able to get lots of different stuff. That's nice. Fully qualified Vraxian militia. There we go. Everyone getting involved. Close combat. Slicing and dicing. We'll force them back. As the Dark Angels amass in number. Yeah, these guys don't seem to do that much damage, especially in the early game, so they will be forced back, as the Dark Angels do have a remarkably strong early game, I would have to say. Whether they're able to keep it up there, yeah, they're going to chase them all the way back home. They're going to go for a quick tier 2 for the Bulwark, which is actually, yeah, just over 3 minutes. Odourless not quite as quick. I will put these guys on the back foot though, as that is a good chunk of resources to lose at this stage of the game. Normally we'd see a couple players maybe going for a fair few more tier 1 units, maybe even an upgrade or 2, just to make sure that they're able to keep hold of what they've captured in the early stages of the game. So this actually gives Odourless a window into attacking, but he's not pushing forward.
I command
this
revolution.
I mean, what, are you also taking up... ah, right, okay, that makes sense. You're also taking up into tier 2, so no major aggression from either side at this stage. We'll be moving over onto the northern side. Actually, hold on a second. Do apologise, just have to double check that I was recording. It happens sometimes, Anyway, scouts pushing onto this place, the heavy tech will be pushed backwards. Not quite finishing this listing post. The economy is currently being 80 and 10 compared to 74 and 10. So, oh no, now 18 and 10. Okay, so even Stevens all the way around the board. Very nice stuff. Although, I imagine they will get their econ advantage when they finish that listing post. It's going down relatively quick, although they will be sandwiched by Renegade Guardsmen. Although I don't think sandwiching is the correct form here, as these Dark Angels could be punched to either this side or that side. You're not surrounded them, they are surrounding you. They're only surrounded by fear and dead men. And dead men, these militia squads will be. Well, they've got no upgrades at the moment. Could do with some grenade launchers. And actually, oh, they can get blooming plasma guns in tier 1. Be really, really strong against a Space Marine faction. Quite expensive though, that 35 blue and 15 green. Would set your tier 2 back quite some. But hey ho. Everyone just now being hemmed in on the Renegade side. Odourless trying to find a way in to do some more economic damage. Here come the Beastmen. Exclusively melee unit. Very fast. Very killy in close combat. Have you even seen them? No, you haven't. You don't even know they're here at the moment. But as they come, like gorillas through the mist. Also getting a little bit of a speed boost when they smell their enemy. Yeah, that's incredible speed on these guys. And even if these guys just run away, they're at least preventing them from firing. After all, in Dawn of War, you can fire on the move, but you can't fire backwards unless you're surfing or certain other units. Which escape my mind at the moment. This poor Space Marine over here in a bad situation, managing to avoid the ire of the Beastmen there. How expensive are you? 55 blue, 10 green. Well, expensive, but you do a lot. You do a lot indeed. Here comes the Razorback, able to transport one squad of Space Marines as well as do some shooty stuff as well. So it might be an idea for some flanking manoeuvres. But we're not seeing any vehicular nonsense from these guys. Oh, I do like that flag. I do appreciate a good flag. Here comes the Renegade Psyker. Acting, from what I understand, very similar to an Imperial Guard Psyker. The zappy nonsense and machine spirit cursing. Listening person being shot up by the Razorback and the Space Marine squad. Renegade Guard, they've got no speed at the moment, so they're going to be a bit slow at responding to these guys. Beastmen will keep these lads occupied while the Renegade Guard come forth. I'm able to now get access to the missile launcher. There we go, Curse Machine Spirit on that Razorback as well, also preventing it from firing. And everyone's going to hide inside the Razorback for now, jumping in and out. And still, these militia squads aren't holding up all that well in a straight-up firefight. Also, almost annihilating that Revolution volunteer squad. Smite coming from the Renegade Psyker. Well, there's a couple of smites there. So that's different from the regular Imperial Guardsman Psyker. There we go, we're all learning here. Over on this side, the Dark Angels are now pushing the Beastmen back, but they will be up against a heavy weapon squad armed with a las cannon of all things. But I suppose we're a lot more mobile, so when that Razorback comes and knocking around the flanks, should do some good. Beastmen absolutely ripping apart anyone they get into close contact with. Big AoE splashes by the looks of things. Heavy weapons team managing to weather that storm. Oh, of course, yes, because you've got the option of being movable, or you can emplace yourself in smoke and blooming sandbags as well. So, flexibility with the Vraxian militia heavy weapons teams. Very nice. Still haven't captured this relic there. Still not captured this relic, and the current economies are 116 and 66 compared to 104 and 40. But they've now got their Mechanized command out and about. More plasma generators soon to be on the go.
My revenge will be ruthless.
And slowly but surely, they are massing up the boys. Got a powerful Dreadnought. There we go. No Mortis Dreadnought, no Hellfire Dreadnought, just a regular old Dreadnought. And he comes out with a big old shooty bit. But will he be able to hold up against the last cannon? It does able to survive it. And, oh no, they're going to lose the heavy weapons team. Very unfortunate. They're going to be shot up. Some more Beastmen there. They don't mind. They've got the speed to bob and weave from the... Oh, you do a little jump up as well. That's cute. I like that. That's fun. Sprint themselves up to take up as many units as humanly possible. Space Marines in the middle of everyone to engage the commander in close combat, preventing him from using his plasma guns and his Blackguard bodyguard. Scouts though, they're still alive, still in number. Still being relevant all the way through this. Placing now the machine gun with a plasma cannon. Should be amazing against all forms. Oh, and when your morale breaks, you start fighting amongst each other. Right, that makes sense. Here comes the Stalk tank. Big old scorpion-looking fella. Absolutely terrifying stuff. From the worst parts of your nightmare. Smite goes down there, but everyone's moved out of its way. But double psychers being pestered and bothered by these scouts. But the Stalk tank, no upgrades available for it. Got quite a fast action. Oh, is that a double? That's a double autocannon. Be great against lightly armoured vehicles and infantry. Taking care of business. Dark Angels fall back, although they've still got a fair few units left over. Space Marines can be upgraded around all sorts. So they're going for a missile launcher and a melter gun. One of those squads. Double Stalkers coming over. And will these guys be able to resist the forward advances? Dreadnought firing at the Stalker tank, but it's not Stalker, it's just a Stalk. One Stalk. But yeah, it's not doing all that well. That plasma cannon is not going to be breaking any vehicular armour anytime soon. Going for a Mortis Dreadnought there. Should have access to a bigger guns. Scouts on the left-hand side being shot down. Now the Vraxians push forward. Beastmen have regained their composure. Renegade and Magister Officiorum still with his bodyguard. Focus on the sentry post as the Dreadnought on the right hand side is having a bit of a difficult time managing. One Stalk tank goes down. Will they be able to? I mean, if they could just get at least one sentry post down and then retreat, that's at least not all lost there. Just to set them back economic wise, just a little bit. Right, so the Vraxian militia, they're going to sit firm in the centre. Siege being laid down upon the Dark Angels. Got a Devastator squad looking for some plasma cannons, which would be amazing against the infantry. Dreadnought is over here, taking some pot shots on the flanks. Vraxian militia that is hiding away over here. Take care of the Dreadnought as it comes over. Stalker just charging straight in. Can also be used in close combat as well, so it's not just a range thing, much like a standard Walker for Chaos factions. A lot of them have ranged and close combat capacities. I suppose most Walkers do, don't they? That's the feature of a Walker. Primaris Hellblaster. I believe that is a new squad for the Dark Angels. Not sure what you do. I assume you're just a range. Oh, 400 blue and 300 green. That's very expensive.
We're ready.
I expect that these guys should come out. Do all sorts. Let's have a quick gander at you. You look very similar to everyone else. It's a little bit taller, I imagine. Are you taller? Yeah, oh yeah, you are much taller. Thicker boys with 2 C's. My goodness. The writing of Matt Ward coming in to save the day.
Death is
I don't know why I always pick on Matt Ward. I don't think he's actually that bad. I think it's for the meme. Here comes the Vendetta heavy gunship, and Vendetta heavy gunships are just absolutely insane. You've got to be really, really careful when you see these on the battlefield. Mortis Dreadnought, double autocannons. Yeah, even those double autocannons take a very long time to take down a heavy gunship. I mean, that's one problem with these aircraft as well, is that standard aircraft are very vulnerable. Even light arms fire can do a fair bit of damage to them if concentrated, but the heavy gunship just ignores that. There's no, I'm a floating tank. I do love how it just goes up and down over the bridge. The physics for Dawn of War 1 is just truly an amazing thing. Here they come, going to assault this side with lots of econ stuff to build and bash. Let's see things being rebuilt over on this side. And are we in tier 3? We are in tier 3, and you have gone for Path of Nurgle. So you're going to be a little bit more resilient. That's also super useful. Whoever decides to do this, from a casting perspective, well done. You get a biscuit, come round to mine, and I'll feed you chocolate or something. Whatever reward is appropriate. Second Vendetta heavy gunship over on this side. That's going to be very difficult for the Dark Angels to solve, but they're going to solve this by ignoring them and just pushing over onto this side. Got the Ogren Berserkers, which do like these models, as they have got some cracking hands, or lack of hands, should I say. So it does seem actually that the Renegade Guard, for a lot of their more specialised units, they're a bit more close combat orientated. That's a Medusa, which is a short-range artillery piece, able to equip itself with a heavy flamer and a heavy stubber. It's not totally useless in close quarter fire. And we're now seeing some bloody-handed reavers. What are you? Look a little bit fancier. Oh, you're close combat orientated, and you just got cool capes. I do believe that you're modelled off the one of the Imperial Guard characters from the OG game. Sentry First being shot at once again. Ogrin's for some smashy-bashy stuff. A lot more resilient than the Beastmen. I assume also do a lot more damage and avoid fighting each other when the morale breaks. That's my assumption. Whether that is the case, though. Comes a Rhino, full of lads, and oh dear. Renegade Magister keeping himself alive with his goddamn the Emperor ability. A squad of Beastmen charging forward. Primaris moving around, taking care of the Renegade Guard's champion, or commander even. Rhino gets shot down. But Primar's going to focus on the gunship. What have you put yourself with? Oh, I assume your commander has got a... was wondering, oh no, that red stuff was the las cannon from the ship. Never mind me. Berserkers continuously charging at everything and anything. Also got the Vraxian Grenadiers. They're going to be setting things on fire on the right hand side.
Ready to lead our revolution.
Dark Angels really standing up nicely to all this harassment. Be very careful when you're up against a melee-oriented squad. You've got to keep sure that, you've got to make sure that your forces are continuously moving to avoid the incoming damage. It does require a lot of micro. Vindicator for Odourless, sending one of the Beastmen back to the zoo. This is ideally what you want. A tank to mulch all the infantry. Medusa just chilling out around the backside. I assume you're just here for defensive purposes. Not much else been built up. May want to also start rebuilding and recapturing these points, as the economies are 135 and 105 compared to 140 and 79. Huge explosion on the Vraxian Grenadiers. These guys going beast mode. Just got an exalted champion in there, as well as a beastman pack leader. Renegade Ogrin's kicking that Vindicator. Primaris just standing on the back lines. These were definitely worth every penny. 110 and 80 to reinforce, but they've really been bringing the damage, so to speak. On their own, they won't do much. Not against Ogrins in close combat. Even Primaris Marines don't want to be hustling with an Ogrin in close combat. They do have some Devastators firing their plasma cannons on the back lines. Vraxians over here have been turned into fine paste by the Vindicator. It's completely and totally ignoring the Berserkers' advances here. Don't seem to do that much damage against vehicles of these guys. On an Assault Veteran squad as well. This Assault Sergeant armed with double lightning claws. Very nice stuff. So good counter to any close combat units that want to get in close combat with them. Medusa firing away. Dear oh dear, that is a lot of damage from that Medusa. Not as accurate as the Vindicator. I mean, just all this clumped up infantry is exactly what you want from that perspective. Vindicator goes down, not sure what he was planning there. Look at that range as well. Much more range than the Vindicator as well. Can you still fight? Can you still see him? I assume you can't. Well, let me double check. You haven't got any ridiculous... No, you don't. Oh, the vision on you is actually quite good, that. Quite a long vision. Nice one. We're going to see some more Revolutionary Volunteers, some more Vendetta Heavy Gunships. I mean, yeah, to be honest, the Vendetta Heavy Gunships, that's idea, that's peak. Because, I mean, the Vindicator can't fire at them. Although I've got no more Vindicators left, but able to still basically come around here, shoot stuff up. When forces come over to defend, pull it back. That way I've at least distracted half of the Dark Angels roster. Again, double devastators. Barely any damage actually, although missing a fair few shots there to be fair. Over on this side, the assault veterans are keeping on. Assume the Primaris are inside this Rhino. Yep, and they've got a whole bunch of plasma shooters. Assault squad over here, losing the morale there. Having the best times, Medusa as well. This is the primary target for the Dark Angels here. They need to definitely take this down. And the heavy gunship stealths. That's awful. That's just unnecessarily pointless. Oh, but we do have a Watcher in the Dark. Lovely little model here. See him, but I can even move over to the... So I know that I'm missing out on stuff, but we don't see him very often. Watcher in the Dark. He's got a little helmet. Yeah, look at him go. I can see your invisible stuff, he says. His Ogren still cracking on. Assault veterans will rally up as soon as they can. Vendetta gunship being shot up slowly but surely. Might need to see some las cannons on these boys if they want to be more effective against the aircraft play of cklempay. Juicer getting into position for a more advantageous firing position. Should be able to support the engagements going on over here. Rhino goes down, so these guys are stranded in the middle of a firefight here. You don't want to lose the Primaris squad. Definitely don't indeed. Oh dear, no. Medusa getting a good crack in the centre. There's a fair few models. And these Vendettas just aren't budging at all. There we go, that was a missile, and that did a fair bit of damage. Just go for anti-vehicle weaponry, that's all you need. For double auto cannons on this mortar dreadnought. No, I mean, I reckon, I suppose you need the secrets of the inner circle to get your double las cannons there. From ours Hellblasters down to small potatoes here, and they're getting so expensive to replace. One gunship goes down, also the Medusa, firing as it retreats. That is a bad time for the Vraxians. They've lost basically everything there. Oh no, I suppose they've still got one more Vendetta gunship that's going to be repaired by the Heretic. A replacement Ogren Berserker squad. And that's about... Oh, and you're also going for... Who are you? You are a combat medic. That's nice. Your little vials of... They're just grenades. Grenades or Kinder Egg surprises, can't quite tell. Either way, both I'm sure will help rejuvenate the force of the Renegade. To the Avenger, Strike Fighter. Some more aircraft. And what, are you just a little bit less tanky? Oh no, you've got more health. No, even worse. Dear oh dear. Don't seem to have that many fiery bits though. Comparison. Are you just more anti-aircraft then? I know that it says anti-infantry here, but... By the way, the assault veterans charging in, taking care of the heavy weapons platoons. Or teams even. Devastators blasting things from a distance. As everyone is slow but surely dying. And there goes invisible for a little while. One singular Ogren left in the middle of everything. Will be smited down by the last remaining Devastator in that squadron. Commander tries to go forward. Will manage to get into close combat though. As the gunship survives. Where is it? The Patriot does not. Vraxians of the Grenadier variety also coming down. An attempted flanking from these volunteers here, but probably ruining the day that they volunteered for this service. We'll just decide to pop down a critical location flag on there, as currently there is a countdown for it, with cklempay being the... Yep, you've got one there and you've got one there. So we'll need to see the Dark Angels responding to that at some point. Gunship flies on down the middle. Sees a target, the Mortis Dreadnought. Stealth itself. But a cheeky little Watcher will come down. Just to tell the guys, oh, he's over there. Can't you see him? I can. It's just very cute. I love that. That's my favourite thing so far. Grenadiers won't be able to stand up to all this madness. Might be an idea to get another Medusa. Oh, you do have another Medusa. Oh, that's just a regular old Basilisk. And you're equipped with a Toxin Shell. So, AoE damage, I imagine, or damage over time. One of the two. Maybe even a combination of both, really. Bishop won't survive this, though. We'll need to pull back. One missile, though. Manages to snipe him out. Dear, oh dear. And now is the time to push on forward. Here comes bloody hell, a Macarius. Doing the Macarena. Odourless swears at everyone. Why is everything dying? Oh, it was the cloud. It was the poison cloud. Yep. Oh no. Oh dear. 14 moles in that cloud. It's very unfortunate. I mean, yeah, that Basilisk just basically killing... Oh, right, so cklempay says that Nurgle Path gas rounds, so those gas rounds weren't available to them because of the Nurgle Path that they chose. So, there, that's one way to get everything down and dead. And then Macaris, McLaren even. Oh, that's a lot of guns. Only shooty bits though, they're not like proper boomy bits. So not going to be ideal against infantry. Against vehicles, but primarily against infantry. But yeah, what a turnaround. That Basilisk with the gas rounds. I imagine to kill just, I mean, this bunch here. Very unfortunate. You don't really expect to lose half your army in the space of a couple of seconds. Just showing how powerful those toxin shells are. And it does seem that, yeah, the Vraxians have got a fair few vehicular options, as well as close combat infantry. But that was a very good showing from the Dark Angels. If they weren't so clumped up and if they were just charging forward, I reckon they would have avoided that death. And they would have then probably won, because there wasn't much going on for the Renegade Guard during the end of that. They were mainly just relying on their gunships to come around and do some flanking nonsense, and their melee units to chase around the Dark Angels. Also, those Primaris, man. Those Primaris were really, really good in the game. Certainly a linchpin for the Dark Angels forces in the mid to late game there. So nice one. Thank you for something in the game, boys. If you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you once a game a week. And there is also a Discord, where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. As been with Slandshark, pleasure's always never short. And I'll see you in a bit. Peace.